Have you ever made a quick decision and later wondered, why did I do that? Maybe you bought something you didn't need, or trusted someone too quickly. Maybe you gave up on something, even though deep down you knew it mattered to you. If you've ever asked yourself, what was I thinking? You're not alone. Tonight, as you rest and drift off to sleep, we're going to gently explore something fascinating. It's about how your brain makes decisions quietly, subtly, and sometimes irrationally. We're going to talk about cognitive biases, the invisible shortcuts your brain takes every single day. Now don't worry. This won't be like a classroom lecture. There will be no difficult words, no heavy science, just a soft, slow journey through the quiet corners of your mind. Together, we'll look at the small but powerful ways our thoughts are shaped, often without us knowing. You'll begin to see why we sometimes judge too fast, fear the wrong things, or even think we're right when we're clearly not. And by the time this journey ends, you might just look at your thoughts a little differently. So close your eyes, relax, and let your mind wander. Let's begin. Let's start with one of the most common mind tricks, confirmation bias. Imagine this. You believe that drinking cold water is bad for your throat. Then one day you hear someone cough after drinking cold water. You instantly think, see, I was right. But what if 10 people drank cold water and felt fine? We usually ignore that. Our minds are always looking for proof that we're already right. This is confirmation bias, our brain's way of protecting what we already believe. It feels safe. It feels familiar. But sometimes it hides the truth from us. In relationships, this can be dangerous. If you think someone dislikes you, you may start noticing only their negative behavior. You may miss all the kind things they do just because your brain isn't looking for them. This bias affects what news we read, who we trust, and even how we see ourselves. It keeps us in a bubble, a comfort zone of our own beliefs. Being aware of this doesn't mean we're weak. It means we're human. And noticing this little bias? It's the first step to opening your mind to new ideas. Now, picture this. You receive 10 compliments in a day, but one person says something unkind. What do you remember before going to sleep? That one negative comment. This is the negativity bias, our brain's habit of giving more weight to the bad than the good. It's not your fault. It comes from ancient times, when our ancestors had to be alert for danger to survive. A missed compliment didn't kill them, but a missed threat might have. Today, though, we don't face wild animals in our homes. But our brain still holds on to criticism and fear more than it holds on to love or praise. This bias affects how we see the world. It's why we often feel the world is getting worse, even when many things are improving. If you often feel anxious or low, it might not be because your life is bad. It might just be because your brain is more sensitive to negative things. Try this next time. At the end of the day, remember 3 good things that happened. Say them out loud. Feel them. Let your brain know it's safe to feel joy. Have you ever stuck with something just because it's familiar? Maybe an old habit, a job you don't enjoy, or even an outdated way of thinking. This is the status quo bias. It's our mind's way of saying, let's not change anything. It's safer that way. We often prefer familiar discomfort over unfamiliar improvement, even when something better is possible. Change feels risky. Our brain resists it. That's why starting a new routine or ending a toxic friendship can feel so hard, even if we know it's the right thing to do. This bias whispers, what if the new thing doesn't work? But here's a secret. Most growth happens when we step beyond what's comfortable. Next time you feel stuck, ask yourself, am I staying here because it's truly right? Or just because it's familiar? Have you ever tripped in public and felt like everyone noticed? Or made a small mistake and believed people would talk about it all day? That's the spotlight effect. It makes us feel like we're constantly being watched, judged, or remembered. But the truth is, most people are too busy thinking about themselves to notice your tiny mistakes. This bias makes social anxiety worse. It can stop us from speaking up, trying new things, or being ourselves. But once you know this, you can breathe a little easier. That awkward moment you're worried about? Chances are no one remembers it. Not even for a minute. You're not under a spotlight. You're just a small, beautiful part of a very big world. Let's say someone offers you a t-shirt for $50. Then they say, but today, it's just $25. You feel like it's a good deal, but would you have paid $25 if you hadn't seen that first price? That first number, the $50, was the anchor. Your brain used it as a reference, even if it was random. This is anchoring bias. It affects how we make decisions about money, time, and even relationships. When you first meet someone, your first impression becomes the anchor. Even if new information comes later, the first idea tends to stick. Knowing this can help you question your first thoughts. It's okay to pause, to ask, am I being influenced by what came first? Sometimes, your first feeling isn't your best one. Let's imagine this. You're unsure whether a movie is good. Then you see that everyone online is praising it. Suddenly, you start thinking it must be good. This is the bandwagon effect, when we believe something just because others do. It's powerful. It makes trends go viral, products sell out, and ideas spread fast. But it can also lead to bad decisions, like following a crowd into a risky investment, or supporting a popular opinion without really understanding it. This bias makes us feel we're fitting in. But sometimes, fitting in means losing ourselves. Always take a moment to ask, do I really believe this? Or am I just following the crowd? You've been watching a boring movie for an hour, but you keep watching. Why? Because you've already invested an hour. Or maybe you stay in a bad relationship because you've spent years in it. This is the sunk cost fallacy. Our brain hates wasting effort, so we stick to things even when they no longer serve us. But time already spent is already gone. The smartest thing isn't to keep going. It's to know when to walk away. Letting go is not failure. It's wisdom. As you lie there now, breathing softly, eyes closed, maybe you're thinking about your own thoughts, the quiet little habits your brain has picked up over time. Confirmation bias, negativity bias, status quo, spotlight, anchoring, the herd, and the sunk cost trap. Each one is like a gentle nudge, pushing your decisions, your feelings, even your memories. But here's the good news. These biases are not flaws. They are just your brain trying to help you, trying to save energy, trying to keep you safe. But when you understand them, you take back control. You begin to choose, really choose how to think, how to feel, and how to act. You start noticing your thoughts without judging them, just watching, just being. And in that calm awareness, you grow. So as you drift into sleep, let this thought stay with you. Your mind is a beautiful, living thing. It's always learning, always healing. And even in its biases, it's doing its best. You are not your thoughts. You are the awareness behind them. Good night, and may your dreams be peaceful and full of light.